friends in the Dhamma, here just a few words about meditation. Meditation cannot be done. We are used to do things, but in meditation we have to let go, to let it happen. All saints practiced meditation. Meditation made them into saints. So through the help of meditation, with the tool of meditation, they attained holiness and became holy saints. We are usually constantly encouraged to enjoy the five senses, which drag us down again and again into the physical level of our being. It is the animal nature, the lowest form of the triune brain. A human being is an animal, a human and a god, three all in one. We enjoy in the five senses, we encourage the animal part of our being. We develop real human qualities like keeping precepts, living a good life, generosity, helping others. We develop the human layer of the human brain. And through meditation and the higher stages of awakening, we become divine, we become godlike, we develop this Buddha nature within us. There are 7 main chakras in our human body. Through meditation, all these chakras gradually open up. The energies in the body start flowing. The energies reach the brain, which we can use then for meditation. We need lots of prana and oja for our meditation. Actually, the action which takes the most prana, the most energy, spiritual energy, is meditation. So you will notice when you are diet, you can do all sorts of things. Mainly you can watch movies anytime you want. But for meditation, you must be in a real strong condition. You must have a lot of energy. Otherwise, it is impossible to practice meditation. So you need a lot of kusala, you need a lot of spiritual energy, and you still have to make a lot of effort to make progress in meditation. It is said shortly before the Buddha attained enlightenment, Mara turned up, which is loosely translated as devil. The devil turned up and tried to bring the Buddha away from his enlightenment. We can take this story either in a literal sense or we can take it in a deeper sense. It was not actually a Mara or a devil, but it were his own defilements in his own mind. So he was facing his darker side of his personality. He was facing his defilements of greed, hate and delusion, and through his own effort he overcome these delusions and then attained enlightenment. He became a Buddha. So it is said he overcame Mara, he refused Mara, and he became a Buddha. So we have to free ourselves more from our mind. We have to free ourselves from these lower tendencies of our mind. There's a difference between mind and consciousness. So mind is the running part of our working mind, and consciousness is the higher self, the wisdom, the knowledge level of our being. We are living in a kind of matrix, what the Buddha called Mahamaya, the great illusion. Now in quantum physics this is very much confirmed. We are living in a reality which is not real, it is not physical. Everything consists out of atoms. Atoms are basically empty, 99.999% emptiness. So how can a physical world exist out of atoms which are emptiness? But it goes further. In quantum physics they found out that actually atoms are also not real. Even this tiny fraction of physical is not physical. It is pure energy in wave form, something like electricity. And only if we watch it or decode it, then it becomes physical. So only if the consciousness is there, atoms become real. And that means we make our reality. It is an illusion, it is a dream-like state from which we have to wake up. There's no other way to wake up from it than to practice meditation. So this dreamlike state is closely connected with our five senses. These five senses, together with the brain, bring this reality into being. And so the solution is to work on the mind, to understand things as they are, and to wake up from this illusion. Religions originally meant to help humanity to wake up and to progress spiritually, to grow up in a spiritual sense and to awake in the highest sense. Nowadays, unfortunately, most of the religions are used to enslave humanity, to keep them down, not to prevent them from any kind of progress. And if you take the word religion literally, it comes from the Latin religare, which means actually to hold back progress, to enslave you, to keep you down, not to allow you to progress. So of course Buddhism was never really a religion, it is more like a philosophy of life, it is a way how to practice, a way how to free your mind. So the deeper part of the religion of Buddhism is not a religion, it is only a way how to develop your mind. Blind belief is very dangerous. What we need in meditation is an open mind. We have to keep a very open mind, be able to accept new things, and accept also new experiences in our meditation. Karma is the master law of the universe. As long as we are in this reality, the law of karma is acting on us. As soon as we are fully enlightened and free from this reality, even the law of karma is no longer acting on us. So all these yoga and meditation systems have been made to show human beings how they can free their mind. It is a very well organized, very analyzed system of finding liberation and freedom. If you imagine yourself to be a ball of light or energy floating in the universe, near-death experiences show us that as soon as we physically die, our spirit or our mind or our karmic energy is floating out into another reality, which is our real being. All these people have experienced near-death experiences. They all report more or less the same things. They were in a free, unlimited state of mind. Their consciousness was huge, unlimited. They could see anything, they could understand anything, multiple things at the same time. That is our real self. That is our consciousness. That is our being. The human layer is only an experience. So we are pure consciousness having an experience and not the other way around. So it is not a limited mind, it is unrestricted consciousness. Free to go, free to enjoy this liberation. So just dying leads to another rebirth, but once we are enlightened, we are not reborn again in another physical world. We go back home, we go back to our true self, pure consciousness. So what's now the purpose of life? What is it? What is the reason why we are here? The reason is we have to learn a lesson. We came here to learn a lesson in this three-dimensional fake reality, which could be compared to a 3D computer game. So we are in a computer game to get a certain experience. Once we are out, once we got that experience, we move on to the next stage and to the next stage, till we have realized all the lessons and we go back home into pure consciousness. So the universe, again, according to quantum physics, the universe exists only in form of energy, in wave form, like a constant dance of energy. We are not real, we are not physical. it is only an illusion of self. And we, as soon as we are reborn, we identify very strongly with this existence. We forget about everything. We get fully caught up in this day-to-day life, this greedy, nasty, angry self becomes our own me. The ego has taken over completely. We forget our true identity, our true self, and we lose everything on the way. Vipassana, mindfulness meditation, is the tool to undo this, to go out of this illusion again, through pure awareness, through pure presence of the present moment. This is the path to liberation. So what you have to do is basically you watch your breath and you watch your mind, and through that you understand the workings of your mind. You get a deeper understanding of what is going on in your body and mind, and you can free your mind on all the levels. In the very famous Kalama Sutra, the Buddha said this: don't believe anything only because it is in holy books, only because famous people say so. Do not even believe what I, the Buddha, says, but reason about it, think about it, try to find out, experience it. And only if your own experience says the same thing, your own experience says, this is good for me, this is helping me, my defilements are going down, my positive, good dharmic qualities are coming up. Through that you understand it is the right path, then you take it as something good, as something helpful. Till then, do not accept anything. This is my advice to you. Thomas Jefferson said once this: I have sworn on the altar of God eternal hostility against every form of tyranny over the mind of man. He was one of the presidents of America, I think the third one, and the principal author of the Declaration of Independence. So that is the attitude we should have against all tyranny over the mind of man. We should not say others are suppressed, I'm fine, I don't care. If there is just one oppressed person or being on our globe, it is an oppression to humanity. It is an oppression to us. And we should not be happy about it. So know thyself is the teaching of all the Greek philosophers. The Buddha says, I teach you suffering and the end of suffering. Rebirth has ceased, fulfilled is the holy life, the task is accomplished. And there's no more of this to come for me. These were the words of the Buddha just shortly after he attained enlightenment. The Buddha was once asked, are you a god? And he said, no. Then he was asked, then are you a messiah? No. Then maybe you are a yakka. It means a very powerful spiritual being. Again the Buddha said, no, I am not. Then the questioner was completely confused. He said, through all these questions you say no. So what are you? What are you actually? And the Buddha said, I am awake. That's what I am. So the Buddha was born as a human being like me and you. But through his own effort, through his own meditation, he freed his mind from all the defilements. He freed his mind, he developed his mind, he progressed spiritually, and he awoke. He was the awakened one. And that Buddha is not a name, it is a title meaning the enlightened one. So the true value of a human being can be found in the degree to which he has attained liberation from the self. So I hope that all of you will continue on the path to Dhamma, realize the Dhamma, and free your mind in this very life. So may you be well and happy, and attain stages of awakening. May you be all well and happy. Sadhu, sadhu.